What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the second installment of the Ascent series. And you're probably wondering, in what CIA, Black House, where have I been kidnapped and where am I being held? And the answer is, this is not that, this is Iron Wolf, but we're going historically in the past, so this is several months ago where they did not open the expansion yet, so what you're seeing is me kind of training here and making use of what I can. So this is the upper body gym I was talking about, and it is fully functional. Bunch of stuff is open up now, so again, this is just documented the past and everything there. So upper body stuff here, going back to the rows, trying to find some way to get some power overload on these rows. So don't want to quite do a Penlay row. So this is something that I created, which is called the hybrid row, which is like a bent over row from the ground. Obviously this is a traditional barbell row you see now, but in the previous set, that's just like a power version of these rows. And then I've been doing those and then doing traditional barbell rows after the fact. And I'm actually using a deadlift bar here, which makes it a little bit easier, thinner bar, a little bit more whip. But I did these during the rebuild. If you watched them, I really liked the pump I was getting from the barbell rows, which is something I always avoided. I always hated. It's just very fatiguing, hinged over like this or whatever. So I avoided them and they made me feel not so good. But I did them to retrain the bicep, make those connections again. And they did me well during the rebuild, so I want to keep doing them. But I'm somebody who, like, when they find a lift that they enjoy doing, I want to keep doing it. So I'm treating it as like my tier 1 lift, which is a power movement. And then the tier 2 will be the barbell row, which supports that. Kind of the same movement, kind of not really, a little bit more muscles group worked or whatever there. So really short video there. I didn't film very much, just the lat pull downs, and then we transitioned over to the old gym here. So in future videos, I'll go a lot more in depth with what I'm doing, especially as they open it up. But in filming in the upper body gym, it's really tight in there, at least at the point now. A lot of machines next to each other, and it literally, I guess, more than doubles in size when they finally open it up in subsequent videos coming after the fact. But just stick with me and you'll kind of see all that happening. But yeah, great place to train. And this gym here, a little bit more quiet, a little bit more sleepy, less, a little bit of older crowd. So you kind of are just kind of on your own doing your thing. But this is where I've been training. Made a lot of progress in that way, and bought some kilos and some bars and stuff I was using. So just a place close to home that I can utilize. So you're seeing here just the build-up. In previous videos, I started pretty low. Coming back to terms with the fact that, we're going to start getting some discomfort when we start moving these heavier weights. So doing close grip here, you can see a really nice angle, and the wide angle camera makes it look pretty cool. But I want to get back on the training program that got me to where I was, which was basically the big compounds twice a week on everything, some sort of variation. So you're going to see overhead press here again. And then just varying the weights. Don't always go so heavy. And if I can, kind of push things, things move around as a secondary compared to a primary exercise, meaning you just do it first. You've got a little bit more energy. You can get a little bit more weight on the bar. And then if it's a secondary, it's an accessory. So maybe you do like a close grip bench rather than a wide grip bench, or in this case, I'm doing OHP to kind of help those triceps and get some variation that's not a traditional comp style bench, which is, again, not a power lifter, don't compete. But I like the terminology of using comp style. It usually means a wider grip when it comes to your benching range or whatever. So just however you designate stuff, just find some variety and variations to do it. There's only so many movements the body can do without calling, creating new terms and names and stuff like that. So previous video, I was doing the incline bench. Now I'm doing flat. We're working the same muscle groups, just different stimulus. And we don't want to overuse certain movements. Want to get some variety, hit things from all different angles. And, make the muscle strong in multiple different planes so that you're prepared. Injury prevention is something that we underutilize a lot, and a lot of it just comes from training in those unfamiliar environments. If you're somebody who doesn't touch their chest or half reps their bench, and you somehow fall into that category, you go too heavy, and let's say that bar dips below where you're normally prepared, you can get injured and tear things. So it's best to train in all sorts of ranges of motion. If you have to do partials and stuff like that, do it. But I'm going for the long range of motion. So this video is going to be a little short. during the build up to this whole thing, I was like filming different sets and trying to figure out what I wanted to show. Like the Skull Crushers here, something that carried over from that rebuild series, and just different variety and stuff like that. So stay tuned for more videos. They're going to get more in depth as I can handle more load. You know, in this beginning of this Ascent series, I'm still kind of treading water and making sure that I'm good to go and surpass certain things. But you'll see heavier weights will be lifted. It won't be as mundane as the previous series was, but I think it was important for everyone to see. And then again, going to show you all the different workouts and stuff here. But stay tuned for the Ascent series. We're going to try to hit new PRs. We're going to try to hit heavier weights and get back to what we were doing before. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching the latest video. If you want to help support the channel, I actually own my own wet shaving and grooming e-commerce website where everything's handmade by me. It's www.apexsoaps.com, and you can get a 10% off code using wet shaver. We've got some cool scents here. We've got some Coca-Cola scents, a horchata scent, traditional barbershop, just some really cool stuff. And you can purchase samples or you can buy the whole set. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. Be quick to respond. Thanks for watching.